What's up, Bruins fans? I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. This video, I'm going to talk about Matthew Poitras is healthy, but he's playing wing. The Bruins signed another goaltender, but he's not named Swayman. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you. Let's get into it. I wanted to start off by saying the Boston Bruins signed a goaltender, not named Swayman, to a PTO, but I think it's only a numbers game here. Without Swayman at camp, they had an odd number of goalies, with 5. And with this signing, they now have 6. I don't want people to read too much into this signing because once Swayman is signed, we know what's going to happen here. According to the press release, though, Boston Bruins general manager Don Sweeney announced that the team has signed goaltender Kasmir Kaskisuo, sorry if I screwed that one up, to a professional tryout agreement. Kaskisuo is 30, played in 13 games with the Laval Rockets of the American Hockey League in the AHL during the 2023-24 season, posting a record of 7-4-0 with a 2.9 goals against average and a .909 save percentage. The 6'2", 207-pound goaltender has appeared in 108 career AHL games, recording an overall record of 53, 36, and 10 with a 2.6 goals against average and a .909 save percentage. The Vantaa, Finland native, was originally signed by Nashville as a free agent in 2020. This is all I'm going to say about this, is I know nothing about this kid, and giving my opinion on it would be pointless. Maybe if he shines, he can get a role somewhere in the AHL or in the NHL next year. You never know. The next thing I wanted to touch on was the boys are back on the ice. Matthew Poitras is healthy, but he's playing wing at camp right now. I know I've done videos saying Lysell for the spot on the second line wing, but I never put 2 and 2 together that Poitras could fill that role too. They've had him playing wing alongside Trent Frederick at camp. They have Frederick at center, which he's played in the past, so maybe the Bruins want to see him there this year as well. I guess it makes sense for Poitras on the wing now, since the Bruins have depth down the middle. They even have Johnny Beecher playing left wing at camp with Kastelic at center and Riley Duran on the other side, and everybody is raving on how that line is probably already the Bruins' fourth line. Beecher was one of the best at faceoffs on the team during the playoffs, so I'm guessing anything can happen. But let's be honest here. We're only in day 2 of camp, so a lot of things can happen and a lot of changes can happen before puck drop on the season. Poitras, though, is saying the right things and seems to welcome the change over to the wing, saying, "I played wing in the past. I'm comfortable there. Obviously, it's a little bit less skating than at center, so maybe I'll reserve a little bit more energy for playing offense. I like to hold onto the pucks down low and have more energy for that, but I'm ready to play wherever, whether it's at center or winger, wherever I fit in best." They've slotted Lysell playing alongside Coyle on the wing at camp, but my guess is they will rotate the 2 kids to see who fits better with Coyle. Marchand still being out and recovering from off-season surgeries means both kids have a shot to make the opening roster and fight it out to who stays once Marchand gets back. Sweeney did mention he will play Poitras at center and wing here at camp, which tells me they want his speed in the lineup and are trying to figure out the best way to keep him on the big club this season. Poitras has the correct attitude about camp this year, saying, "I want to be here and I want to be able to show them that I belong here and that they don't really have a choice. They got to keep me here." After the first skate, Montgomery said, "There weren't any players that it was like, oh, they look out of place," which is a really positive today in both groups. In the second group, I thought Charlie Coyle was very physically dominant. You can tell he was in great shape. And then Elias Lindholm was a standout for the first half of practice. Just with the pace he practices with, it really leads the charge for the group. And in the second half, there's some young players that are really starting to come along. I thought Johnny Beecher showed a lot today. From what he's learned last year, how strong he was with the puck management, his ability to hang on to pucks was a pleasant thing to see as he grows in his second year. It's just the beginning of camp, but it's a good sign that players come to camp prepared to earn a spot on this roster. I was happy to see guys like Beecher and Poitras get praise for the steps they took this offseason and hope both of them make the big club out of camp. And honestly, based on Monty's comments, I think he's already penciled Beecher in this lineup. As for Lysell, I need to see more from him as I only got to watch a bit of practice footage. But once he gets some games under his belt, I'll get to understand more about this kid and I can't wait to see him in action. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you. I'll see you next time.